Hey, how you guys doing? Welcome back to another episode of Soldiers Talk the Podcast. I'm your host, Staff Sergeant McPherson, and on this show we discuss military topics with current and prior service members. Today I have a special guest with me. I have Sergeant Griggs. What's up, Sarge?
Yeah, what's up? What's up?
So how your day going today, Sarge?
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Nothing too hard. Pretty easy day.
Okay, kind of introduce yourself to the people. Let them know like
Um,
where you from and stuff like that.
I'm Bashan Griggs Moore. I'm from New York, Mount Vernon, New York. Money earning Mount Vernon, New York. I claim Hampton. My grandparents had moved there a long time ago, so I joined the army from there. So that's a second home for me. Uh, I'm here at Bragg now. I've been here before. 18 Fires. Shout out to them boys. I learned everything from them, and yeah, I'm very sports active, and that's about all for me.
Okay, so kind of explain. You say you from Hampton, right?
Yeah, Hampton, Virginia. My grandparents live there.
Where you did most of your growing up at?
Most of my growing up was in New York, and I left. I left around 11th grade to Hampton, and I finished my high school years, and I did a year of college, and around that area. So I claim it as well, and plus my grandparents are there, so I call it a second home.
Okay, so where kind of explain the atmosphere growing up in New York? What part of New York?
Mount Vernon, New York, New Rochelle, Rochester. Oh, not Rochester, but New Rochelle. I put this. I'm. You can say basically I'm 15 minutes away from the Bronx, walking distance. So in the atmosphere, it's such a live feeling to be in New York. It's fast paced for sure. It's good eats. I say like you get your bacon, egg, and cheese. You get your Arizonas for your dollar. I mean, you make the most out of $20 in New York. And what I can say is I learned a lot coming from New York because it's more like you get a hustle. You get that feel of okay, I got to go get it, and then it's not going to be handed to me. So it's more like you do what you need to do to get to where you want to be.
Okay, so you say you left there at 11th grade. So once you got to Hampton,
Mm.
okay, so explain like what was you doing then? Like,
Now that was a big change from going to a fast pace to a quiet city. See where I didn't even know how to cut grass coming going to Hampton. It was a culture shock, people say. Uh it was a lot to learn, and this is where you get your ethic from. Is you cut grass, you make sure the dishes are clean. You gotta be home in a certain hour. There's a curfew there. Actually, there's a curfew if it'd be a certain age I didn't know of. So I definitely caught me a little charge on that. It's a what is it? It was a curfew violation. I think I was out. I think it was 11 o'clock. I was supposed to be in by 10. You got to be a certain age, and yeah, my grandma wasn't too happy about that. But it was a big culture shock. I mean, people, you get to talk to others. You have neighbors. Because coming from New York, I lived on the 20th floor of the Saratoga, and moving to Hampton, Virginia, it was you see, you interact with your neighbors and everything. You cut grass for them, you take out their trash for them. You just do those good selfish service things.
okay, do you have any siblings or anything like that?
I do have siblings. I have a brother. I have and two sisters.
And are they older than you or?
No, I'm the oldest. My brother now is 21. My sister Trishandi, she is 15, and Trevea is now 3.
Okay, so you say you did a year of college. Where you went to college at?
Virginia Union University. Yep, in Richmond, Virginia.
Okay,
Loved it. I was an education major.
okay,
Yeah.
so what was it like, far as education? So was that your whole goal is to be a teacher or something like that? Or
Yeah, my whole goal was so I was going to school for so I had a talent for math, so I liked math. So I wanted to see what I could put forth, in school, see where I could get a degree out of it. And I was I was introduced to like the special education mathematics program where Virginia Union was doing, and I wanted to do that off rip because I already knew like math. I was blessed in math, so I was like, I like to see where I could put my 2 cents in, to help special needs
oh,
also get it.
okay, so you was gonna be a math teacher.
Yep, math teacher, first grade.
Okay, so what kind of familiarized you with like the army? Like, cause I don't know when you actually joined the army. When did you like get an idea on? Okay, I want to join the army.
Um, I got it from one of my friends in New York. One of my friends in New York, he had joined way before I did, and I remember he needed a ride to the recruiting office, and I was there to give him that ride. And after a while, it was I was we were chasing girls at that point. So, I seen a few females going in and out of the Navy recruiting office, and what I followed, and it led to me taking a test. And after a while, I seen how my friend was doing in the army, and he was doing well. Mind you, we coming from New York, it's a different story. I mean, it's a different culture. It's different everything where you have like structure and everything from the army. So he was doing well, traveling. He was taking care of his business, and after a while, I thought, I mean, school was okay. I mean, I wasn't getting too much. I won't, I won't stable at school. So what I did was I went ahead, took that practice test, and from there, it was all sailing. 89 Bravo. I'm now in the army.
So how you do on a practice test? Like, did you do good the first time or?
I actually fell asleep during that practice test. I didn't really finish it too much, but I know that I did well enough for them to be like, okay, you can come back and do the actual test. So I was blessed on that. So, but I ended up taking the testing, and I scored what, a 51 and a GT score of like 95. So it was good. It was an experience.
Okay, so you familiarized with having a friend going to the Navy recruiter office,
Mm.
but as far as joining the army, like what did a army recruiter ever approach you, or like how you end up in the actual army because you went to a Navy recruiter?
My friend went to an army recruiter.
Okay,
I went into the Navy recruiter because, like I said, the girls was coming in and out of the Navy recruiter. And I just wanted to see what was going on there, what was so special. And the army, I wasn't thinking about joining the army off rip. It was actually the Navy because of why I went into a Navy recruiter office, and I scored high enough to be in the Navy. But it was something about the army, the recruiter that I seen. He didn't approach me in anything, but in New York, he was driving. He was driving an what is it? An Audi. He was driving an Audi. So in New York, an Audi is considered a luxurious car. But at the looks of it, he was very young. He looked very young for his age, and I asked, how I get one of those, how can I be in the position you are in now? I just wanted to do better. So I just wanted to see how he was doing that, and he said honestly, like the army saved him. He had a story as well. He had told me his background and everything, but he wasn't from New York. I think he was from Chicago. I think he was coming from Chicago, and yeah, he gave me his rundown and everything, and I mean it enlightened me. I just wanted to see. I wanted to do better. I wanted to be in the same position.
okay. So what was it? Okay, so when you actually joined, what was your primary MOS?
My primary MOS and my still MOS is 89 Bravo. I'm an ammo specialist.
Okay, and choosing that MOS, like when they gave you the options, okay, like what you want to be, like that was something you automatically chose.
Uh, yeah, it seemed cool. They showed the dynamite going off. They seen picking up ammo. They seen the air assault. Air assault was I forget what it's called, but where the the chopper it comes down, it picks up the ammo, and flies off with it. It gave a good presentation of like what my job was gonna be. But me coming in, the civilians had took over that side, so I didn't really get to see all of that.
Okay, so uh, what year? When you remember basic training?
Yes, I remember basic training. I
Okay,
remember
do you know exactly what year you left or what?
it was year two September September 2016.
Okay, so tell me a little about basic training. Like, what's some of your experience from basic training? You didn't get cussed out or nothing like that.
Uh, man, I ain't gonna lie. It was 213 Foxtrot, 213 Foxtrot, and I wouldn't say we got smoked a lot. But people in the company got their fair share. So I say we were fourth platoon, so we were pretty chill. I mean, everything we got everything we've done everything last from the company. So it'd be third platoon, second platoon, first platoon, and they already have their things accomplished. Besides it coming from like Victory Forge or we're sleeping outside and everything, but they already done did most of the training before we did, and I can remember like third platoon was getting, yeah, they were getting it in. It was so bad. They were getting smoked every day. I ain't gonna lie. They were getting smoked every single day. And I could just remember like, dang, I hope I don't I just hope I don't ever like have to go through that.
Yeah.
Like to just see like, dang, every time it'd be minor mess ups, yeah, but our our drill sergeants was pretty lenient. I had drill sergeant Ford, drill sergeant York, and it was a female drill sergeant. I forget the name. It was long. It was long.
Okay, so do you got like a memorable basic training experience where something like just pops out of you like, dang, what, like, did I just experience this or
Yeah,
what?
I have I have one, and it was graduation practice, and drill sergeant. It was third platoon. Like I said, third platoon was getting it in. All right, and for some reason, these drill sergeants were had the award. They were going for the best smoking, and one of these smoking this particular smoking made me feel like I deserved it at this point, and it was uh we were formed up. Everyone was formed up in the whole company. Fourth platoon, third platoon, and everything. And we were loud. We were talking and everything, excited. And third platoon's drill sergeant had came up to the formation and put us at attention. And he gave us a left face. And with him doing that, he told us for some reason we were the only platoon talking, and it showed. And it showed because first platoon was quiet, locked up at parade rest. And with him giving us that left face, we're looking at third platoon. We're looking at first platoon right now, and they're parade rest, quiet, eyes forward, and he gave us another left face. Third platoon is behind us. Now we're looking at third platoon, quiet. They're locked up, parade rest, eyes forward. With another left face, it came first platoon. Well, second platoon, and they were the same way. And then he center faced us, and he gave us a decision of what he wanted to do, and he gave us 2 minutes of auto correcting ourselves. And I thought I was like, man, we really deserve it. we really deserve this smoking. And that was the first time I was like, wow, did that really happen? Like, this is the first smoking I felt like I deserved.
That's crazy.
Yeah. It was
Smoking.
smooth.
Mm-hmm.
It was smooth. I ain't gonna lie.
Dang.
Mm.
Okay. So once you graduated basic training or whatever, so and you went to AIT and stuff like that. So your first duty station, what was your first duty station?
My first duty station was here actually, Fort Bragg, 18 fires.
Okay, so what about leadership? So what your first line leadership, did they take care of you when you first got here?
Sergeant Bradley. Yep, Sergeant Bradley. He's one of I say he was basically like the stepping stone of the army to me. Like, he gave me like the rundown on what's supposed to happen, what's what's what leadership is supposed to look like. You know what I'm responsible for and what my first line would be responsible for. Because when I first got there, it was Sergeant Bradley and it was I say it was a few other specialists, and he told us it wasn't supposed to be like this. Is because he was the platoon sergeant at the time, but he didn't have any E5s to he was working with in order to be our first line. And he gave us the rundown on how it's supposed to be, how the PMCS, what he wants the line to look like, what right looks like. He definitely gave us that stepping stone, that beginners.
Okay, so leadership. So while we on leadership, kind of explain to people what do Sergeant Griggs thinks. What is a leader to Sergeant Griggs?
A leader to me is someone that I'm approachable. I have followers. I'm I'm definitely my work ethic definitely speaks for itself. I'm leading by example, and I basically have like that cheat code of like what you need to do and how to do it in the army. Basically a beginner's guide, but as a person. That he carries a few MOSs under his belt, cross training, definitely years of experience, and then just someone that what right looks like.
Okay, so far as physical training, so what you think? Do you think you're supposed to be high speed in PT?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you can be high speed in PT. You definitely gonna get your PT's worth. I mean, just I've I've been in long enough to see like PT definitely does mean a lot, but it's after PT, after you're done, you go home, take that shower and everything is to the grind. So now what? What if you don't know anything? What if you're gonna be that NCO that doesn't know your job? You don't ever want to be that NCO that don't know your job, or you don't want to be you don't want to be that the NCO that everyone's coming to, but you don't know anything. That's scary. And he told me that, and it scared me. That scared me, and I had to. I definitely. I still have like little note cards in my phone to this day to see in order if someone comes with me with a question with ammo, I got it.
Okay, so that's what you call a leader. Okay, so what's some of your goals and aspirations as far as uh the army and stuff like that? So what's some of your goals?
Well, definitely finish up school and finish up that major, because I've already completed a year. I might as well go ahead and get my associate's degree. Penny 6 here soon, probably in the next year. Um, and finish and hopefully complete air assault school in the next year as well. That's what I got so far.
Okay, so there you guys go. So you kind of met Sergeant Griggs. You got some of his background story on when did he join the army and stuff like that. Uh, Sergeant Griggs, you got any closing remarks about anything?
Hey, just just take every day like it's your last. Don't let leadership don't let leadership tell you what you can and cannot do, and that's about it.
Okay, make sure you guys follow the podcast on Spotify. Make sure you guys follow the podcast on Instagram at Soldiers Talk the Podcast. Uh, I got some more MOSs coming. Interviews coming. Make sure you guys like the video. Uh, this has been another episode of Soldiers Talk the Podcast, and I'll see you guys in formation.